Hello. 日本にお帰りなさい。ありがとう。ちょっと風邪ひきました。こんにちは。こんにちは。風邪ひきました。うん。はい。ゲブお姉様とも会えてよかったですね。はい。あの、実家とか兄の家とかに行きました。えーっと、うん。えーっと、風。まあもちろんアメリカにいたから別、なんか違うもの、風邪とかひくと当然だけど、帰りのは飛行機でずっとティッシュとか使ったり、なんか周りの人は申し訳ないと思ってた。なんか空港で1000円でティッシュ買って、でもティッシュが足りなかった。ね、そうだね。本当は私、出張するはず、したはず。出張、今日出張するはずだったけど、でも、やっぱり無理。うんうんうん。 How hard is it for you to draw eyes? I think a lot about the eyes. Because I feel like people look at the eyes a lot when uh, when they look at a drawing. The eyes are pretty important. But I feel like if I focus too much on the eyes, I forget the rest of the drawing. It's good to have a balance. But for me, I just I kind of draw the base of everything first, and then try add the details later. I undo a lot, by the way. 初めてレン先生の声がけ、うん、聞けて感動。ごめん。今日風邪で声があんまり良くなくて。I like how you, oh man, my voice is not the best today. This is not how I sound like normally, but yeah, thank you. Hello. Not in the best shape today. But it's okay, it's okay. I can still breathe and draw. Yes, I am very sick. Well, not super sick, but pretty sick. It's all good. It's all good. Well, the thing is with like, I was hanging with my niece and nephew, and like kids, they go to school. And like when they go to school, they get like other goodies from other kids, and like I don't know, man. This kids are kind of nasty. They don't wash their hands, I guess, and they get all these germs, and then they spread into like adults, the family home. So I'm like, okay, got the cooties from the kids. Mhm. Hi. So it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was pretty miserable when flying back because like I was just like so sick in the airplane. I was like, because coming to America wasn't a problem. Like going back, I was like, oh man, like I ran out of tissues and like I already explained to my sister's stream, but like I ran out of tissues, so like I had to use like I found an extra mask in my backpack. It wasn't disposable mask. It was more like a cloth mask. So it was like my sulker. It was like it soaked all the boogers from my nose. So I just used that for like the rest of the flight because I bought $10 worth of tissues, you know, and like I used all of those tissues and yeah, and now I was like, honestly, I had like a ton of tissues, so I didn't know where to put them, so it's kind of nasty. So I stuffed all the tissues into my coat, right? So like my coat was full of like tissues, and luckily I was able to go inside the airplane toilet and I threw all the tissues inside the trash. I was like, God, I have so much tissues. Yeah. Yeah. Konnichiwa. So, yeah, my coat was really nasty. So, what I did, I knew that my coat was super nasty. So, because I was like exposed to like my dad's dog too. And my dad's dog is kind of dirty. It's an outdoor dog. The dog was all playful and wanted to play with me. So like the dog was like all like hugging me and stuff. So my coat was dirty from that too. So my coat's like super dirty. And like I was like, yeah, I went to the dry clean today. I was like, yeah, please wash my coat. It has American cooties and my boogers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened to my coat. It was a sacrifice of my boogers and my tissue. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, other than that, everything was good. Yeah. Except for me being sick. Me, I guess I'm sick because I don't go outside much, but you know. Yeah, so I went. I'm actually listening to the. Yeah, so I went back home. Uh, yes, I think. Yes, I brought a lot of hot Cheetos. You should have been more mindful to the environment and ate the burgers instead of sending them to the landfill. Yeah, well, it's okay. Yes, I'm back from America. But yeah, I got a bunch of hot Cheetos. Well, like my sister and my relatives, they initially had a whole box of goodies to send to me, but my sister never sent it. So I just like grabbed half of the box and put it into my luggage. Yeah. So I got hot Cheetos, I got chunky soup, I got the Mexican candy, I got what else? I got yeah, pretty much like oh I got like bamboo. Like I can get bamboo in Japan, but this is like a specific kind of bamboo. It's like sour and super good and spicy. So I got this bamboo. I got 3 jars of bamboo. It's like really good. And I got yeah, biscuit candy. Yeah, it's like the mango candy. The Mexican candy. It's like super good. Like when I was a kid, the the Mexican mango candy, like the sticks was all powdered out, but I think they cleaned the sticks now. Mango is good. Yes, of course it's good. Dry mangoes. Oh man, no, I love the sour. I love the not ripe mango. It's like hard and like, well, this is what how my family would eat it is like at the Asian store or whatever. They would go to this store and they would sell like this unripe mango and sell it with chili. It was so good. It would like break my teeth because the mango was like super hard, but it's like so sour and so good with like this like pepper, like this chili salt pepper thing. And when it was so good to dip it into that, it was so good. Mango with chili, so good. Yeah, it's the green ones. The green is really hard and sour, but so good with like spice. You eat with spicy, like yeah, it's so good. Hello. Yeah, konbanwa. Konbanwa? Yeah, I guess it's sort of konbanwa. 'It's late here. I don't know where here is. I assume the US? I don't know. こんにちは。おかえりなさい。Yeah. One second. I need BRB for a second. I'll be back just a second. Okay, never mind. I realized I could not move. I realized if I move, my cat's actually sleeping for me. I heard beer for a second. Oh, I was gonna get up. I was like, oh wait, my cat's on me. Yeah, I don't want to wake up the cat, so I'm like, I'll just sit here. I'll bear with it, or I'll just force her to get off if I really need to go. Yeah. But yeah, what else did I do? We caught salamanders, and like my brother said, those salamanders are toxic if you eat them. But I googled it. I'm like, oh no, man. It says it excretes toxin out of the skin from the skin. I'm like, oh, we shouldn't have touched them, but I guess we're still okay. Oh, my cat sometimes makes meowing noises when she sleeps. It's super cute. It's not cute when like humans do it, but like it's cute when cats do it. It's like, oh, she's like sleep talking and it's cute. But when humans do it, it's like, oh, it's kind of weird. Yeah. Sometimes I want to record her like meowing noises when she sleep, but I'm like, oh, if I do it, it will invade her privacy, you know? So I'm like, okay, it's okay. Next time, I'll get her meowing noises. おかえりなさい。風邪を大事になさってください。ありがとうございます。うん。うん。Uh, Comrade Video says, by the way, I want to admit to you that I was, in fact, on the Katawa Shoujo forums way back in the day and may have drew some embarrassingly bad fan art. Oh, I want to know which fan art. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, the Katawa Shoujo fan artists back in the day, I feel like everyone, I pretty much almost followed everyone who drew fan art back in the day. It was a pretty small, tight knit community. You'll never show me? Okay. Afternoon in Europe? Oh my gee. Konnichiwa. Do humans meow while they sleep? I don't know. I've never heard of a human meow in their sleep. Was it 2010? I thought it was 2011. Because there was a demo, and I don't know when the demo came out. I was like a baby. Is it evening? I guess it is evening. It's still kind of bright outside. It's all good. Happy to say I do illustration work now, and seeing you pull off all you have done was inspiration. Ah, thank you. I want to see the Kiash better though. I'm curious. Curiosity. Mad Prop Sensei. Thank you for supporting KS. Define good news, Negi. uh, what is your good news? Mm, I see. It maybe it's somewhere on the internet. I'll probably find it. There was a shimmy. There was but the website is dead now. Cause I don't know who was the host of the shimmy. Yes, there was a boru. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have because like I moved around a lot. I don't have all my drawings, because I went to college, and I don't know what happened to my home computer because everyone shared the same computer. So like I don't know what happened to my drawings then. Oh, I see, I see. Oh, you finished painting my character? Whoa. How many he? By the way, do you have any advice on book illustration? Mostly about the kind of prompt you're given or what particular scenes are spotted out for art. May have a small gig for a choose your own adventure book project. Just curious how it gets formatted. It really okay. I worked with like a lot of like clients, I guess. And I think for me, I prefer if the client gives me a small summary of what's going on in the scene, you know? Because for a book, like, uh, obviously, it's kind of like hard like sometimes you can't really get the whole context by reading the whole scene, you know. So it's good to have a bit of a summary of what's going on within the scene, right? And you don't really understand what's going on, you just ask um your client what's going on in the scene, you know, to double check. And I give them like a rough concept of what the scene's like, and if they're okay with it, they're like, okay. But yeah, that's how it goes. I prefer getting a summary of the scene and the setting, the time of day it is, where they are. You know, it gives a, you know, because if you just get like, oh, can you just draw this page, you know, and like you only get like a page full of text. It's like you don't, the artist doesn't know what's going on. You're just getting like one page out of context, but you give them like a time of day, scene, what's going on, how many what people, you know. It doesn't have to be too specific as long as it's like a general outline. It gives the artist like an idea. Okay, it's like daytime. I should get them like it should be like sunny out or something. Like, oh, you know. Can I share a imgur here? I don't know. Can you? I don't think people can share links on YouTube, but you can share. I don't know how you would share it though. Yeah, it's good to have good communication. And he get there's all, you know, to be a good client. I feel like if you're too specific, the artist doesn't want to work with you. You give them like a vague image, but just enough ideas for artists to work with is like perfect. You know, because if it's like she must be wearing this, she must be wearing that, just give like a vague idea, and then give the artist a bit of like artistic interpretation. I think it's good enough. Sometimes, sometimes the text is done, and sometimes the text is not done. You know, because like they get for I wouldn't say the specific kind of work I do, but for example, sometimes they're still in the editing process of the story, or like you're still like making some changes, nuance changes, or concept. But usually the main idea doesn't change, so I can still draw. Like for example, you know, this scene will happen, right? And then yeah, and I will still draw the scene, you know. But it's better to like not um yeah, just as long as you're getting paid for it. Cause imagine like actually we're not gonna use that scene after all. Like the artist would be so mad. Oh yeah, any client needs to go to an artist for that knows any client needs to go to a artist for that artist can do. But we like to actually have fun figuring stuff out. Clients tend to not know what they want until you give them it. That's true. Because like they don't know what they want. They just have a vague idea. So you just have to give them an idea and gives them an inspiration. Like, yeah, something like that. Like, oh, this is what I had in mind actually. You know, so I'm struggling with braids. I should just find a braid brush. Mm. I know that for work, I do not, I prefer not, to work, I don't know how to say without like dissing my any clients or anything, but it's better to have a middleman between the writer and the artist. I'll say that. Because like obviously the writer has their own ideas and the artist has their own ideas, and usually the person in the middle tends to negotiate between the two. I remember I had this project one time. I spoke to the writer directly, and there was like a clash between our ideas, or we didn't, and like, yeah, it was really hard to work with because our ideas kept clashing. So I just ended up um, talking to another person in the team to relay my ideas to the other person, so like there's a middle person to like to have us like have a common ground among both of us. And I realized that it wasn't like it's not recent work, it's like really old work, and like, yeah, like an error pretty much. I guess the link did not work. Thank you. Yes, he can show a whip. Well, I don't have my own personal editor or manager. It's really done through, for my current stuff. I have like several editors because they're from different companies. But yeah, maybe it's better without braids. Maybe braids is too much work. I'll do the twin tails. Save that though. Yes, you can show the wood, Negi. I don't know how. I guess you should just give it. Is if I share you at you on Twitter, then yeah, yeah, yeah. You can just, yes, you can. I know you're trying so hard to show it to me, so yes, you can. Name song random comment, but I ended up watching Gundam Unicorn this week because of a Manaji fan art of yours. I trust your anime taste. Love your art since Pokemon days. Much love. Thank you. I remember you too. Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah. It's been like a long time. Mm. Oh yeah, Gundam. I don't. I think Gundam Unicorn was my first, technically my first Gundam. You know, I was pretty young when I watched Gundam Unicorn. It was really good. The music, it made me like love Sawano's music. It like, I think, yeah, it was like so good. The music in Gundam Unicorn, I was like, damn, this is so cool. So it made me really get really into Gundam because the music was so good and the animation was nice. I was like, wow. It took like a long time to make, but it was worth it. You know. Good afternoon. Uh, oh my god, that's so cute, Negi. Oh my god, that's so cute. You're still with. It's so pretty cute. I will like that. Are you gonna delete it now? Question mark. I know. I I think I told. I think a lot of my friends were pretty shocked too. I mean, I don't blame them because I have like nothing to show on my Twitter or whatever. But yeah, I don't blame them. It's like it's okay, you know. I just think it's ironic. The irony is like, oh, he had to promote Japanese culture, and I'm like, I'm doing Japanese work, but then I'm quote quote not Japanese enough to be in the alley artist alley. I was just, so like a lot of my friends were like so confused. But you know, I don't blame them. It's like okay, I have nothing to show really on my Twitter, so I did upload art, but I guess it wasn't good enough. Who knows? But were you ever a veteran? I don't know, man. I Yeah, I was planning to go to like AX so I can like just like it's like a free trip to see my family or whatever. Cause like it's in California and my family's in California. I'm like, okay, two birds, one stone, right? But I'm like, oops, okay, I guess I won't be seeing them this summer. I will be seeing them. Well, my brothers told me don't visit them in the summer because it's too hot. Come in September. I was like, okay, fine. So, and then my brother's kids were like, "You're gonna come in September?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then my brother was like, "Watch what you say, because those kids will remember." Eh, yeah. Oh well, it's okay. You know, someday I'll come back to X. I don't really understand either. I tried to get into AX so many times, but it's like I don't know. I guess you know the stars don't line up. I don't know. Who knows? Next year, I don't know, man. Hopefully. I don't have any princess cell either, so it's okay. Yeah, it'll just be like my dojin. It'll just be like an empty table with like my dojin, you know. Or you know, maybe if my work gets like more popular, I hopefully I guess. I don't know. Who knows? It's okay. I'm happy what I'm doing now. So there's pretty good East Coast or even European cons. I've never gone to a convention in Europe. I hear that original is more favored. I'm not really sure. But even then, I had no Princess Cell, you know? Like, I'm sure everyone's drawing, like, popular stuff, but I have not watched any. I have not drawn any new fan art. I have not watched any new anime, so it's. Yeah, I watched, like, one episode of Chainsaw Man, and I watched, yeah, I'm pretty bad at keeping up with anime. Anyway, I think I need to sleep for a little bit. Good night, Naggy. But yeah, お疲れ様です。バイバイ。Yeah, bye bye. The old slash classic stuff is fine too. That's true. As long as, honestly, for me, as long as I draw something I like, I'm fine. You know. But I do watch like I tend to watch like the first episode every anime, and then like I forget to like watch the rest. I'm bad at keeping up. Although I finally finished watching Yamano Susume. Yeah, it was like the last episode was so good. I was like, damn, I cried. It was so good. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I've not watched much anime. Actually, I went to my family's place, and my sister-in-law, she's like, "You haven't watched Demon Slayer?" She's like, "Let's watch it." I was like, "Oh man." She really loves Demon Slayer. Like my whole family loves Demon Slayer, but I have not watched Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yeah, I have not. まだ見たことない。まだ見てない. And everyone's like, "What?" Like I know it's like saying you haven't seen like Naruto, like first season or something, you know. I don't know, or like yeah. I don't think I don't think young kids these days know see Naruto, but modern Naruto pretty much. Yeah, my brother said that. It's like saying you haven't seen Naruto. I was like, well, I mean, yeah, it's true. I have no excuse. Yeah. Restaurant to another world. Oh, Butchie. Yeah, I watched Butchie, but I watched it while I was like working. You know, I feel like Kimetsu no Yaiba. It's like something I really need to focus because it's like really good. The animation is good. So yep. Wow. I did not know those shows. Yellow Guy and Summertime Memories. Yeah, I don't know. Well, if it's an anime movie, I tend to watch anime movies more than anime series because, like, with an anime movie, it's like it's usually like an hour and a half, right? You know, that's like 3 episodes. Yeah, 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah, I tend to watch anime movies more than series these days. Would you ever do a magical girl project or even something smaller like contributing a design for a gacha game like Magically Code? I have done artwork for gacha games, yes. If I get it depends on the job, but I've received offers before, so yeah. I'm pretty picky what kind of work I choose these days because I've been pretty busy, so you know. Like I want to do everything because everything's so cool, but I know that like it can't fit into my schedule, so yeah. Yeah. How do you like not take on too much work? I know it's. I've been talking about it with like some of my with some people I know who like have who work in like similar areas. Like, we all get pretty stressed out. Even like refusing a job, it's like it gets pretty stressful. So we just like, yeah. I know someone that I work with. They just have someone to decline their job offers. Because it takes a lot of mental energy just to write an email. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't take this job because like if you feel really bad about it. It's like, oh, damn. So yeah, I know like someone I know like just like has someone else to decline. Like, man, I need a manager. But having a manager is like, it takes a lot of trust, I guess, too. OMG, I'm stream. No way. Yes way. Yes way. It's a different deal for freelance where you have to hunt down for work rather than having streams of offers. Uh, Honestly, I guess for me, I was pretty fortunate to have my editor finding me. Or yeah, apparently I was like the first choice for Chiramune, for like artists, because the way they were looking for artists, right? And like I think they have mentioned the story before, and they're like, when my writer saw my art, he's like, oh my god, I want this artist, And apparently I was chosen right away. Yeah, so I was very fortunate to have them choose me right away, and then because of that, I'm like, oh, I think I'm a freelance as well. Oh yeah, because I'm freelance, like my dad's like skeptical of my work. He's like, "Is freelance really good for you? Are you really making money?" He's like really. My dad's like really worried about me. He's like, "Your sister's not. Your sister seems to be struggling." I'm like, "It's okay, Dad. You know, I'm still surviving." Yeah. My dad thinks so. Like whenever I visit my dad, he always asks like how much money I make. Not because like he wants money or anything. It's more like because I don't have like a like quote quote real job in his eyes, I guess. So he always asks if how much money I'm making because he wants to know if I'm doing like okay in life. As a parent, you gotta watch out for your kids, and he's always asks how much money I'm making. I'm like, Dad, I know you're worried, but it's okay. No, I'm surviving. Yes, he wants to know because yeah, obviously my brothers they have like actual like 9 to 5 jobs, right? And I'm just like freelance. You choose your own workload, so like not every month is gonna be the same. You can choose like how much money you can make or whatever or not. But so my dad's skeptical. So how much money you're making? I'm like, oh, it's random, Dad. It's like random. What does that mean? I'm like, because some illustrations like it depends how much the client charges or gives you. Like sometimes a client gives you like maybe $700 or maybe it gives you like 1,000. You never know. So I just said it's random, Dad. I'm surviving. It's okay. Just Dad. Was Pixel what got into the Japanese market? I would say yes, because my editor said he found me on Pixiv. I was like, oh my god, I haven't used Pixiv in years, and you found me? How? Like, I was so confused. I don't know how my editor found me on Pixiv because I have not updated Pixiv in like years. But my editor found me. He's like, oh my god, I love your art on Pixiv. I was like, oh, I guess I should probably update Pixiv. Yeah, because obviously with Twitter, it gets filtered by like like photos and like pets photos and random photos. It's not really a good portfolio. Yeah, very yeah, because it's yeah. Basically, yeah, my dad's always worried about me because like, are you making enough? I'm like, yes, Dad, it's okay. Did you get your work done yet? Pretty much. That's what they ask every. That's what he asks every time. And you get money? How much money you make? Every time. Honestly, I think he's worried because like I wasn't doing too well in the beginning, but yeah, climb from bottom to up. Can't be helped. You can't just get a good job right away. You got go from the bottom to the top. Sometimes. Yes, you can. There is. I know another friend has a freelance, and I think he's doing live 2D work. It's like freelance. He does freelance too. So I'm like, oh damn, that's cool. Yeah, it's all good. You can ask anything you want. Random question, but what is the best legwear for cute anime girls? That is very hard because people's preference on cute is different. Yeah, it's different for each person. And it depends on the personality too. I feel like the character personality, the leg wear is very important. It shows what kind of personality they have. Leg wear is very deep. It goes very deep. You know. For example, like okay, so here is like here I'll draw legs. Here is an anime skirt. Sorry, bad anime skirt, but whatever. And here's some skinny legs. So let's say like oh my god, there's some like let's say like if this is like the typical high school like legs, right? Like yeah, where it's the lane, but these days these days it's like actually towards down here, because they think showing more skin is like quote quote like more attractive, I guess, because they want to show more skin, they want to look more cute. This is the new high thighs in this generation, okay? And usually if you see a girl like this, it means that their school is probably proper, because some schools are pretty strict about like your uniform, so this is like a proper quote quote proper. And the more proper ones like if you want to talk about anime terms, like leggings, it's like this is like a you know it really depends on the personality, but I feel I like like the main girl would never. It's kind of hard to see the main girl having like tights. It's very deep. For example, okay, the best for leggings, for example, Saika no Utaha has leggings. It fits her personality. But obviously, the main girl is Kato. Megumi, and obviously, like, Megumi doesn't have leggings, but it's usually the sexier types of girls have like leggings. But leggings also means they can be prude as well. I mean, it's a whole art. Yeah, like Butchie, she wears tracksuits, because like I feel like um she's not, is it kind of like shows that she's not quote unquote fashionable, So she doesn't really care. She just wears her own tracksuit. It's kind of like the gray sweater in the West. Yeah, tights are school student council recruited. That's right, cool girls. It's a whole different art. I think Zettai Ryoki is like it's not really a thing anymore. Let's see. I used to like it though, but you barely see it these days. It's not really a thing now. But now that I think about it, it is pretty nice. Look at that. Zettai Ryoki, There needs more Zettai Ryoki. Yeah, it's not really the new trend these days. I am. It depends on for uniforms. It depends on the anime. If it's like a Junie anime, I don't mind. You know, if it's like all weird. But if for me personally, I like designing uniforms that are kind of similar to the real ones. You know, but if it's like fan art, I don't really mind drawing them like any kind of designs. I think the only oh crap, I deleted the whole thing. Oops. Yeah, it's like a whole art, like uniforms and stuff. I kind of wish I had uniforms when I was a kid because I was poor. I didn't have any clothes. Yeah. So I just wear like the same like sweater every day because I'm so poor. And I didn't have to like be fashionable. So it's like okay. Yes, they would make us buy uniforms, but clothes are pretty expensive too, I guess. But the only problem about like buying uniforms at school, kids grow up pretty fast, you know? Like so we had like PE uniforms for middle school and high school. And then the rule of thumb is that for my high school, as long as it has my school logo, you can wear it. So like I had like older brothers, okay? Like I didn't really care if they were like my brothers, like as long as we had this. So my after my brothers graduated high school, they did pass me down to the same uniforms. So I just wore my brother's uniform for PE, physical education, because like they're expensive. Well, like for me, my poor family is expensive, okay? And also, if we just buy one, this is like a pass down. So I just wore my brother's clothes because it was like super huge on me, but hey, can't really complain. As long as I got an A in the class, it's fine. Yes, it's the high social anxiety. Yeah, I didn't like care. And like, yeah, I just wore my brother's uniform because my family's like super poor. So like, okay. Mm. I see a lot more blazer styles from you than safe. I like both. It's just that I study blazers more because I have to draw a lot of blazers for work. You know. Yeah, I do a lot of work uh, re- revolving blazers. So yeah, I like both. I remember like I drew like uh I had a friend who lives in the UK, right? And like he had a character with a necktie, right? And his character is like based in like the UK. And it was like a high school girl, and she had a necktie. But then so I drew a banner of his character and then I gave her a ribbon. And then he was like, dude, why'd you give her a ribbon? Did you know that like schools in the UK don't have ribbons? They all have neckties. I was like, I didn't know that. Yeah. So yeah, schools in the UK do not have ribbons. That's what I learned. You said they are not like cute like the Japanese ones. Like, oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Well, they should. Well, I don't know. It's got to the UK people that. Although it's a sudden, I'm a little curious. What's the most impressive thing in your life? I don't know. I feel like I haven't lived long to answer that. Most impressive thing. Let's see. The most impressive thing I did, I think so far, was buying my first tablet. That was I think yeah, I think that was like the most that was like the best not the best thing, more like it showed that I was like an adult now, you know. My first paycheck I ever bought was my first Cintiq. I think it was quote unquote my first impressive thing, maybe. I'm not sure if that's really impressive, but the first thing I bought. And that Cintiq I gave to my sister. That's the one she's using right now, actually. It's really old. It's a really old model. It's like the Cintiq 13 HD. Yeah. Yeah. It showed that. Like, yep, I can do stuff on my own, you know, now. I was in college too, so. No, it's a Cintiq. Yeah, buying the first screen tablet felt like I was buying a car. Yeah. It's pretty expensive, but it was really cool. You know, it showed that, like, yeah. Because I actually asked my brother, like, "Hey, should I buy this tablet? It's like, or this Cintiq? It's like $1,000. My brother's like, "Well, it's up to you." I'm like, I don't know. Because I got my first quote, quote, like, money from like a big job, you know? And I was like, man, that's a lot of money. I kind of want to spend it. So I bought it myself. Because I had this bamboo tablet, really old, small, tiny bamboo. It's really tough, small, you know? It's really old model. And like, I was like, man, I had this bamboo tablet. It's like worn down, but it still worked. Yeah, and now I was like, yeah, I bought my Cintiq. Yeah, now that the tablet market has, there's a lot more competition now. It's not just like one single. Yeah, that's true. There's like iPads, you know, stuff like that. With iPad, it's not just like you can draw. You can like use for multiple things. Back in my day, my boy. Yeah. Imagine like my Cintiq was about like $1,000-ish, and you can basically buy an iPad now with that money. Youngsters, oh man, look at us. We're getting old. Yes. It just shows that we're probably like most of us are probably millennials. Yeah, Procreate is really good with the pressure and stuff, you know. Hey yo, Graph. I'm sick today, but it's okay, you know. I'm still breathing. You youngster. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. So, that reminds me. So I was, I think I already tweeted it out, but like I got ID'd by the security guard. I was like, oh my god. So like the thing is, my sister-in-laws have a bunch of babies, and you know, which is my niece and nephews. So like, while the babies were asleep, my brothers they do work from home. So my brother stayed at home. So it was just like a ladies' day out, going to lunch, right? And like they wanted to meet my two sister-in-laws wanted me to go out to this restaurant because it had like this really good like Hmong food, I guess, you know. But um, I went to the restaurant. It was during lunch. It was like, well, 3 p.m., right? It was quite a drive to get there. But then the ladies, they went ahead. But then the security guard saw me, and he was like, "Sorry, can I see your ID?" I was like, "ID?" I was like, "Oh shit, man!" And like, I didn't think about because I thought we were just going out for lunch, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we forgot this place is a casino." I was like, "Oh my god, why didn't you guys tell me?" So obviously I didn't have my ID. I just had my phone on me, and so I got ID'd by the security guard. And I'm like the same age as my sister-in-law, or almost the same age. Okay, and she's like, "Oh, she's around my age," you know. I was like, "Yeah, I am." And then I was like, "Oh, yes." I left my passport at home. I was like, "Oh my god." Like, why would I bring my passport around? And I guess I should have brought my ID. I didn't think about it as I was going out for lunch. You know, I know, and they thought it's like sorry. They thought I was like a kid. Yeah, I won't tell you guys my age, but my sister-in-law said she's about my age. I'm like, yeah. Yes, I do. I guess. And so like, yeah, I got ID'd by the security guard. I didn't know it was a casino. They should have told me beforehand. I was like, yeah, and my sister-in-law's like, yeah, we forgot. We didn't think that you'd get ID'd, because you're the same age as us. But like my sister-in-laws, they're like, the best way I can put it is that, um, they look more mature than me, I guess, in terms of, they look more, they have more skin showing on their clothes than me, okay? I'm like wearing, okay, I look pretty trashy that day too, okay? Because like I wear like a sweater, sweatpants, and like a shirt. Because I didn't think that we'd go out something fancy. I look like trash. So I went there. I was like, oh shit, I'm not wearing the right clothing for this kind of occasion. Yeah. So when I got back, well, it was already like 4 p.m. And my sister-in-laws were like, I guess we should just like pick up the kids and eat dinner together. I'm like, yeah. And so when we went to dinner, my brothers were like, shows you guys, it shows that you guys are old ladies now. To like my sister-in-laws, and they're like, hey, don't hate. Don't worry, my brothers were home. My brothers, they work from home, so it was a ladies' lunch out. Mm. Yep, and yeah, and another time, right before, it was like the day I left, uh, or it was the day before I was gonna go back to Japan. So I was having dinner with my brother and my sister-in-law and their kids, and then my brother was driving, so he didn't drink. So, and then my sister-in-law and me, we ordered drinks. They didn't ID her, but they ID'd me. And then the waitress was like, "Oh yeah, you look young. I think it's because the sweater you're wearing." And I was like, "Oh my god, it's the sweater I'm wearing. It's the sweater. The sweater makes me look young. I guess. I guess I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I guess yeah. It just shows that yeah, sweater makes me look young. It wasn't the same sweater. I went to the casino. It was just like a regular sweater you see in Japan, and I guess they don't sell those kind of sweaters in America. Because when I first came to visit my family, my sister-in-laws were like, "Oh my god, your your fashion is so Japanese. It's so cute." They were just like talking how Japanese I looked. I was like, "Oh, this is just like buy stuff I buy in Japan, But then they were just saying it looks so cute, so Japanese. I'm like, "Oh, is it?" I guess because you don't really see like the big nitty like sweater fashion in America. It's more like tight clothing. No, I'm not 4'8". I probably look like a baby because I don't go outside. Yeah, I also don't go outside, so it's like, even though I'm like the same age as my sister, I'm almost the same age as my sister-in-law. I think she probably goes out more because she has kids and I don't have kids. So I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm I'm a hikikomori. I don't go outside. Yes. So I mean, I don't dress like an obvious like weeb. I think I thought it was normal ish, but well, yep. Puru 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 ni puru. All the drawing has stunted my growth. I think so. Or maybe I just like paused. Okay, bye bye, craft. You know, I was just ranting my little stories. Me, I know that I can't. I'm getting old now because I can't eat like a bag of chips in one day anymore. And I can't just eat the whole bag. I used to eat like a bag of chips in one day, but now I can't. So it's like okay, you shouldn't do that anyway, even if you're young. Don't eat a bag of chips in one day. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Yeah, cause yeah, like I guess I was like that kind of person where like if I eat a lot, I still can't get fat. But like now that I'm like olding, I'm like okay, I won't eat a lot because I can't get fat now. That's how it works. Yeah, olding. Yep, you can. I believe in you. I don't know, man. I can believe in me, but my body doesn't believe in it. I can eat, yes, but my body does not agree. So I'm like, okay, I shall work with my body. You know, we gotta work together. Uh, eh. Okay. Well, how long have I been streaming? Let me check. Actually, I cannot check here. Oh, I've been streaming for about more than an hour. Okay, so I'll keep going over a little bit. Oh man, it's almost food time. I actually like being able to not have to do things once in a while. Yes, this, that. It feels so good to do nothing. It's just like, man, I wish I could just do nothing, but also I can't because I gotta make money, I guess. Yeah. I guess I'll end the stream in like 4 minutes, but yeah, it was pretty good visiting my family. Goro goro. Yeah, yeah, goro goro. Yeah. I like bob haircuts. Because the thing is with like long hair, you have to have like a really nice stroke. And like I don't know, I can't draw nice looking strokes. Yeah, I like draw with my wrist. I don't draw with my whole arm. That's why I like bob hair because it's easy to draw. It's like the perfect length for like bob hair strokes like this, you know. But long hair, you have to have like long strokes. Like, oh, I can't do that. It's so hard. Hime cuts are great because you don't have to fight the sides of the face. I mean, it's kind of like that. I get you. You know, it's like guys with beards. They look, their face tends to look thinner when you have a beard, or like you have like side bangs. Like with a girl, your face tends to look thinner because of the side hair bangs. You know, yeah, it makes you. I'll have like a thinner face line. I get you. I like side bangs too, or hime cuts. Oh, that reminds me, I watched Tron Legacy on the airplane. This is my second time watching it. I was like, wow, man, this movie is pretty. I can see all like the concept art going into like it was really nice. I remember I watched it in like when I was still in high school or young, I guess, and like I was pretty impressed with it. I was like, oh, it turns out like the music was by Daft Punk, and I was like, oh, everyone looks like Daft Punk. Anyway, it's time for me to get food. So I shall end the stream now because I think everyone's kind of tired. Yeah. Bye bye. I will say goodbye to y'all. I take a long time drawing, but I'll say good night though. Good night or afternoon. Bye bye, guys. I say bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah, I gotta make food. You know, gotta, I guess, not use my voice so much because I'm not, well, I'm not dying, but I got a cold. So, yeah, thank you for coming, guys. Gotta go now. Bye bye. Bye bye. So happy you get to talk to me. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Hey, talk to you later. Bye, y'all.